Dennis O'Leary. What about this one? The World Super Featherweight Championship on the line. 34-37. But what Indian summers the pair of them are having. Jazza Dickens holds the title. Anthony Cacace, former IBF and IBO king. Look at that height difference. How he packs his body into 9 stone 4. I'll never know Cacace. Dickens, very, very smooth, silky, good operator. Classic, stylistic battle.
Okay, guys. Here, 2-0 is good, okay? Guys, I give you instruction in the dressing room. They have an game match, okay? Good luck. God bless you.
Ireland won the 3 Nations, but France win the 6 Nations. The Triple Crown, but not the 6 Nations for Ireland. 48-46 in Paris. France beat England. What a dramatic climax to the rugby. But the Irish fight fans are celebrating a wonderful night here. And it's not over yet. Fantastic matchup, which we all loved when it was announced. Here on the global home of boxing, DAZN. It's a super story. 2 amazing fighters. 2 really good guys. The respect between them all the way through the build-up. Now they get down to business, and they're very, very different. The tall super featherweight Anthony Cacace, hoping to become a 2-time world champion. And the man defending it, the southpaw with the neat skills, Jazza Dickens.
Brilliant clash of styles, it really is. And, you know, a lot been spoken about the size of Cacace, but I must say Jazza Dickens, he looks broad, he looks wide, he looks stocky, unfazed. He really is up for grabs here. Winner stays on, as I say. Intrigued to see who's going to hold the centre of the ring. We've already seen moments where both have tried to be on the front foot. Who can sustain it? Who could be the boss?
It's obvious what Jazza got to get close and Anthony got to keep him at bay. That would be the obvious thing. But how do you get inside that reach for Jazza Dickens? There's an uppercut waiting for you. So for him, there's two stages to his attack, and you got to get in, change the angle before he lets the punches go with conviction. And for Cacace, that jab's got to be constantly pumping out, whether it's a weapon or a rangefinder or just judging the distance to keep Jazza from walking forward. It's got to be out constantly, all the time, forcing Dickens to get low onto that uppercut.
Looking for the body early, Jazza Dickens, but there's some rending around his stomach area. Both of them can punch a bit. 15 knockouts for Dickens, 9 for Cacace. It's extraordinary, Darren, that at 34 and 37, 2 lighter weight fighters are in this sort of form at this stage.
Incredible, and there's a lot to take away from it. You know, keep working hard, keep believing, and, you know, you can make special things happen, and these 2 are a testament of that.
I don't think they've had form throughout their career. I don't think their form has ever been bad. Cacace, obviously, you know, only that one defeat early in his career against Martin Ward, who your gym mate, who's a really good fighter, by the way. And Jazza, has been really good, but he's lost against really good fighters. So, I mean, they're just getting their rewards, aren't they, in the stages of this career, where maybe you thought it was beyond them, but no, not for the one to try it, of course. But yeah, you're right, Adam. I think that the perseverance is what's seen them through.
The perseverance, how much they've dedicated their lives to this sport. Body shots from Cacace in this first round. Dickens just trying to use his maybe edge in speed and rhythm. Look at that. who was in the corner for John O'Carroll. One success tonight. Now it's Jazza Dickens in these burgundy trunks in fight number 42.
Good coach, Albert. Really good coach. Really is. Doesn't get the recognition that some others do, but he's a fantastic coach.
Michael Hawkins in the other corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Top guys. The red trunks of Anto Cacace. Parents from Italy and from Belfast. I met some of them in Naples, some of the Italian wing of the Cacace army. Used to be a pizza delivery man. Can you believe it, Cacace, and how he's come through dedication, grit and determination, mirrored by the guy opposite him, Jazza Dickens, an example for any young pro out there.
Just in the orthodox stance, Cacace, and he needs to get that left foot across if he's trying to find the home for that right hand. Just struggling at the moment to get that orthodox jab off. And he doesn't wait, does he, Dickens? You know, he commits to an attack, he'll let the shot go, doesn't pour anything, never gets greedy, very intelligent.
They're going to get that southpaw jab going, Dickens, and the left hand in and out, raining tactics. Cacace has that reach, and the right hand is dangerous. Nip and tuck, Barry, did you expect that?
Yeah, I did a little bit. I mean, but because that jab's constant from Cacace, you know, he's not landing with it. It's making Dickens throw from too far out, and that's what's happening. He's just overreaching ever so slightly, so he's got to just get that front foot a little bit closer or slide in the distance, but stay low for Dickens.
First sign of that long jab from Cacace, just giving himself more room. The body shots are obviously the tactics to slow Dickens down. Dickens back though with a left hook to the body himself, so interesting early exchanges here.
And that's that right hand there from Cacace on the pipe, got the foot on the outside on that occasion.
We've seen him recently, Dickens. He likes to be aggressive. He likes to push forward. We're seeing that now, starting to just sort of dictate, if you like, from the centre of the ring. Oh, lovely right hand.
I'm not sure if the feet got tangled up there or he genuinely stumbled Cacace there. There was a lovely short right hook there from Jazza Dickens.
Yeah, he followed it up with a combination as well. Cacace just hitting fresh air. Good moments for Dickens back in the second round. Quality boxing and decent defence too.
Well, up until that point, I thought Cacace kept him quite quiet for most of the round without having much success himself. But the only telling punch really from Dickens.
Tight first 6 minutes. Let's get over to Dev, who's got the magical Katie Taylor with him.
The Queen of Ireland, Katie Taylor, is here. Katie, how much are you enjoying this night?
This is what's best about boxing at packed stadium. The atmosphere is so special tonight. The atmosphere has been buzzing all night. It's amazing to be here.
You just witnessed Pierce O'Leary become the IBO World Super Lightweight Champion. How much are you behind him in his career now?
I think he's the future of boxing, to be honest. You see how dominant he was tonight, a phenomenal performance. He has such a backing behind himself. The whole of Dublin's behind him. The whole of Ireland is behind him, really. I can't wait to see where his career takes. He's going to be involved in some mega fights, and I'm so excited for him.
One final one. This place is big, but it's not big enough for you. When are we going to Croke Park?
Let's go, Croke Park. Hopefully July, August sometime. Please, God, let's make it happen.
Please, God, indeed.
Absolutely. Let's make that happen for Katie Taylor and the whole of Ireland, the gem of the Emerald Isle, who in this arena got that revenge over Chantel Cameron. And what a win against Amanda Serrano in America in the trilogy. She just is a one-off.
Legend, absolute legend. Have a look at Cole Frampton's scorecard here. I have it the same there. I have Dickens winning that second round.
Yep, I think that's about right. It's a close fought contest from the opening bell. as we expected, WBA Super Featherweight Championship on the line. Finally, Jazza Dickens got his hands on it. Anthony Cacace, former IBF champion. 9 stone 4 division, just turns southpaw. He does that a fair bit. Cacace, a switch hitter.
Well, it might work for him, because I've just noticed that when he was orthodox, you don't have to get your foot on the outside, but Jazza was, and he was beating the taller fighter to the target with the jab, and that's because Cacace was coming on the inside and he was coming over the top.
What he has found a home for, Cacace, is that right hand to the body from the orthodox start. So expect him to start changing the levels a little bit, see if he can draw Dickens in that way.
Left hand from Dickens. Cacace poised to try and land another right to the body.
See, when Dickens gets close, I think he should stay there. I mean, he has the footwork to spin around the target either direction, and then he just puts Cacace under a little bit of pressure physically. Because a tall fighter will stand tall, and that's what you want him to do. Get really tall on his toes. He's a weaker target. You've got more target to hit yourself.
He's got footwork. Yeah, very good footwork. He's got almost double the professional experience here, Jazza Dickens. Fight number 42, round number 265. Astonishing, really. Cacace coming forward, but gets picked off.
That's a Cacace now trying to impose his size into this contest. A nice overhand left hook there.
And that's the prime example of just, again, bringing your feet in too close. We say it all the time for Cacace. Doesn't need to get that close with the long levers he has. Just got to rotate from the waist.
I think that speed as well from Jazza Dickens, who's fought down in weight and sort of is comfortable at super feather. Cacace, how long can he continue grinding his body down at 5'10"? It's a nice shot though, as Dickens went in, but he says, come on no, I'm not worried about that. I'm defending my title, and we'll have a little rough and tumble.
Just be facing it, no, that's coming.
Well, there is Michael Hawkins in the corner with Anthony Cacace. Big moments for France in the Six Nations, and we're off to Paris, April the 25th. Should be a fantastic night. Lawrence Akoli and Tony Yoka. Samarkand had a badge as well, but Akoli and Yoka, they both fought side by side in Nigeria just before Christmas. I chatted to them backstage. I wasn't sure they were going to meet each other next, but they are. Cracking fight, April 25th in France. It's a good one here. Left hook from Cacace. Maybe the best punch of the fight so far, but Dickens took it. And he's boxing well, Jazza, still.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's never going to be disheartened, is he, at all, Jazza Dickens? You know, he's always switched on, always focused, always looking to fire back with counters. His hand speed, very impressive here this evening. He's just got to watch out for those beautiful long left hooks that we just see from Cacace, because they're show-ending, fight-ending shots.
But there's not much that Jazza Dickens hasn't seen throughout his career, or experienced as well, let's be honest. He's been knocked out, been stopped, he's knocked people out, he's gone the distance in hard fights, won and lost. So he knows all those feelings and what it takes to go through those.
Against really good fighters.
Of course, yeah.
Let's have a look at the statistics. The jabs landed from Jazza and the power shots from Cacace. It's a real fight. Well, intelligent tactics, cat and mouse, different styles, lots of smiling and respect between the pair.
You got to be careful here, Cacace. He's just pushing the punches, but he's just slowed down with the speed of the shots, like he's lacking a little bit of conviction, and that will allow Dickens then to fire off that.
A bit more purpose and variation with the shot, isn't there, from Dickens?
See, Cacace, they're not really committing. I know that might be trying to set him up, but I think throughout, especially in the last round, they've showed it. Just not really committing to any shot as yet.
Good defence again.
Better.
And a chopping shot from Dickens went in about 15 seconds or so ago. Cacace just having some trouble at times working out where the southpaw angles are going to come from.
But if he doesn't lean over the front foot, Cacace, he can whip the shots in. That's where he gets his power from, the whip of the shot. You know, the acceleration, the velocity, because he's so long.
Just think that the fact that he's struggling to get into a rhythm with that lead hand is stopping any real danger coming Dickens' way at the minute.
That's good there from Dickens. He went coming low, didn't he? Swooped in and threw a combination and brought the feet in with the punches.
I think Jazza Dickens is looking really composed here. He's worked so hard to get hold of this WBA title. He's going to do everything he can to defend it. He's also 3 years younger at 34, moving well, body shots. I like what I see here from Jazza Dickens.
It's just a bit more, as I've already said, variation. He's just changing up the direction of the shots. He's moving nicely to either side, moving his head, not getting greedy, not getting carried away or reckless.
It's better for him to catch a little adjustment with the feet there and get on the right-hand side there of Dickens.
And although he wasn't committing to that lead hand, at least he was using it to find the range.
Cacace smiles. I thought Dickens got that one.
Try to bring his backhand as well. This right through into the body works very well, okay? His jab and backhand to the body.
Garner just walking past us at ringside. He had a cracking win earlier, 3 rounds. Looking for a world title shot next, and maybe against the winner tonight. Jazza Dickens or Anthony Cacace, a long, long way to go. Dickens is ahead, Darren, on the cards.
I've got it level.
Barry, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's about level, maybe, but if you were going to go ahead, I would think it would be Jazza Dickens right now.
10 seconds, but be in the attack.
Carl, very honest earlier about your friendship with Anthony Cacace, but of course you have to score it neutrally. How's that going?
Oh, good shot.
I have it level, but Anto's just hurt him. I'll let you take over again, boys.
So good left hook there from Cacace.
Yep. Got through there with a decent shot.
Clever though from Dickens, because he got hurt when his temple shot, but he got really close to the target.
A mini breakthrough for Cacace, and there's big shots here in round number 5, and suddenly he might have found an answer here. Cacace with the long arms.
I tell you what, still using that experience there, Dickens, from staying close, staying low, and then trying to fight out of a crouch.
For the first time really in the fight, Jazza Dickens. So close to the opening 4, but his boxing, well, the rhythm has gone here, Dickens, because Cacace has broken through.
Yeah, look at the commitment to the attacks now from Cacace. Lovely variation there, doing the right thing. Dickens, who lands a good overhand right, but this is good shot selection and menace from Cacace.
Left eye closing of Jazza Dickens. Bumps and bruises, he's had them all before. Cacace switching, orthodox and southpaw. The long levers, Barry.
Yeah, nobody ever got there from Cacace.
He's having a great round here. Best of the fight for Anthony Cacace. However, the scores are level. Maybe Dickens 1 up or something up to this stage. But Cacace has certainly found that he has the power advantage.
Yeah, it was a lovely reverse 1-2 a moment ago. He threw the left there, really stabbing right hand. Look at Jazza Dickens, did the right thing, crouching, jab down, changing the levels, keeping the hands high, looking for the hooks over the top.
Cacace wasn't known as a big puncher, but what he did to Joe Cordina and what he did to Lee Wood pretty dramatically and quickly just shows you.
But he can punch and he always keeps on his career. It was amazing how he wasn't stopping more people than his record has shown. But I think Dickens used all his experience here just to stay in this round. Getting close when he can.
The years of knowledge Jazza Dickens.
Nice work there for Cacace.
That's what he's got to be doing with that right hand. Keep it straight down the middle.
You know what he's doing, guys? He's bossing it now, Cacace, and he wasn't before. That's the difference.
But keeping it long, then throwing long. I think that's important for him.
They've got some work to do in that Dickens corner over the far side. Big 3 minutes for Anthony Cacace. Dev, how's Ryan Garner seeing it?
Ryan Garner very interested in this fight. Looked like a bit of a breakthrough there for Anto Cacace. How are you seeing this?
Yeah, I think, like you said, Anthony Cacace is looking like he's starting to take over now. He's starting to find his range very well. Obviously, when we get to southpaw, that backhand, lead backhand and left hook, it looked like it was working a lot there. Jazza starts to look like he's marking up a lot there.
How do you see this playing out now for the rest of the fight?
Well, I always said at the start, everyone asked me in an interview, how do you see it pan out? I thought Jazza would start strong, Cacace would come on strong. And that's exactly what's happening in my eyes. I think, like you say, Cacace starting to find his range, and obviously he's very heavy-handed. And if I'm honest, Jazza ain't really doing much, really. Like, you know what I mean? He's fidgeting a lot, but he ain't really doing much. And Jazza's starting to making him pay a lot.
Well, let's find out. Thanks very much, Ryan. Let's go back to the rest of the fight.
The Piranha undefeated. Anthony Cacace has lost once a long time ago, but he aims to become a two-time world champion. He literally rushed out of the red corner back into battle, but so did Jazza Dickens. What happens next? Big fifth for Cacace.
Well, Dickens, he wants to send a message now. He wants to let Cacace know that he's fine, he's okay, you've had your moment, but I'm back in this now. All about showing positive body language.
And again, garnishing all that experience just means you don't panic when you're under some sort of pressure or you've been hurt. You're more likely to be able to compose yourself for the next round, rather than try too hard to win it back and then get caught coming forward instead of a silly mistake.
What he's doing better now, Cacace, is he's starting with the straight shots, then finishing with the hooks, as opposed to it being the other way around. He's having a lot more success. Look at the jabs landing now, starting to find a home for that lead hand.
Yeah, Dickens didn't land a jab in the fifth round. Needs to get that punch going, work the Cacace body and getting close. But at the moment, the range of Cacace with that long right hand, that's where he wants him. Body shot as well, good from Cacace. Dickens comes back with his own combination. He's looking for Cacace. He wants to back him up in the corners, unleash volleys of punches.
You've got to be careful doing that, Cacace, leading with the body shots out of range. Someone like Jazza Dickens, he's so smart, he'll find the openings. You're vulnerable when you lead with those shots.
Especially against the southpaw, he's going to throw that long left hand over the top to follow the punch back.
Just dabs his nose a couple of times, Dickens. Blood coming from it. Could affect the breathing as we go along. Not even halfway through. Nice jab from Cacace. He's just got his range. He's settled down now. Good left hand back from Dickens.
Again, the clearest punch of the round, that.
It was. But where are the combinations? Good jab again from Dickens. He's just trying to steady the ship, isn't he, in this round?
And I think he's done the right thing as well, where he's positioned himself in the ring. You know, it's kind of stopped Cacace from working. It's been more positive front foot movement from Dickens.
Let's go, go. Backhand, front hand.
Jazza's only that blue corner working hard.
He's getting to the body
tactics. Great night. It's Dublin here, live on your global home of boxing DAZN. And next Friday, we will be in Belfast. Michael Conlon, what a hero he is, making his long-awaited return. And with the unbeaten American Kevin Walsh in Belfast, look out for Kieran Malloy. I think he's a really good talent on that card as well. Friday, Belfast, and Saturday, Barry and I have a quick trip back to London, don't we? Copper Box. You're there all week. It's just mad at the moment, the boxing world.
What a schedule. What a schedule.
The thing is, you fly business and I'm right at the back of the plane.
No, don't give me that. I was 27F this morning. 7th round, second half of this WBA 9 Stone 4 Championship. Just forging ahead on Carl's unofficial card. 2 up. I think that's about right. Maybe Dickens could have won a couple more of the early rounds. They were close, tight, but definitely Cacace establishing himself, stamping his authority, and Dickens with work to do.
And it's fascinating, isn't it? You just can't take your eyes off of this one. At any moment, you feel one of them could land, which they have done.
It's high-level pugilistic chess, and for the connoisseurs, it's a fascinating one.
And all these fidgety movements from Dickens are the right thing. They have wanted the right thing. And it's stopping Cacace from really pulling the trigger. But he's got to try and make a headway to have some success with his own work off that. And I think to turn that chest over that front knee a little bit more and slipping and sliding that way.
Yeah, keep that right hand tight. Already seen Cacace looking for that left hook. He's got to keep that right hand tucked in. Can't be showing Anto Cacace that chin at all. And that's what he does so well, Jazza Dickens.
It's almost like a sway back and forth, isn't it? But he jumps back into the attack really quick.
Up, down, and then it's the defence afterwards that's impressive. He'll roll or move his feet afterwards. Again, you mentioned the word experience. He shows it in abundance.
Dickens, who turned pro way back in January 2011, notching up the wins early doors in Liverpool and the surrounding northwest, but he's a much-loved traveller who's taken fights all over the globe, faces himself in Dubai these days. He actually flew over. Did you see the shots of that? Amazing to get a shot back safely.
He's having a lot of success with his right hand now, Cacace, and he's sort of targeting the chest of Dickens. And what Dickens has done is a couple of times he's dipped into the right hand, so he's sort of hitting the right area, Cacace.
And there's bounce to Cacace as well.
But he's not being distracted by the little movements of Dickens. He's just staying a bit patient, isn't he? So as Dickens gets in the range, then he's throwing. That's why I say Dickens doing those little fidgety movements need to be over the front knee a little bit more. A little more purposeful with those movements.
Yeah, I think Cacace thought Dickens would be awkward, but now might be the other way around. Michael Hawkins, senior and junior, in the corner.
Hey, just get yourself relaxed.
Barry O'Neill, Andy O'Neill.
We're going to work a job. We're going to work a job.
He's handing out cigars at ringside. Did you get one, Barry?
Set the job.
I did.
Set the job. Set the job.
I've stolen yours as well.
I know when that's once in the full shoulder, you set the job up in the full shoulder. They're showing a couple of attacks. Straight uppercut, straight right around the chest. You have to step in with 2 attacks after. The reverse one too. Yeah, here we go. The reverse one too. Get the end there as well. And then
The challenger, remember. 37, Anthony Cacace.
Job, just a box. Make the opens. Foam the chest.
2012 he started. What a career he's had. Still think that Joe Gordina night. Joe coming back, of course, as well. Fabulous fighter from Wales, former world champion. So many good in this modern generation.
Oh, good shot. Well got the gate there from Cacace, right hand, left hook.
Beginning of the 8th, I'm going to bring in another fabulous lighter-weight fighter, Carl Frampton. You're very near the Cacace corner. What are they thinking?
I think they're telling them the right things. They think they're in front, but they know Jazza's still in this fight. They're asking Anto to keep on with the jab and when he falls short, to throw the right hand to the chest, which he isn't doing enough, but he's doing it sometimes, and when he does it, it works. He just needs to do it a little bit more.
Do you think he's beginning to pick off the rounds?
I think
now,
so.
Cacace?
I think so. He's starting to get on top a little bit, but Jazz is still in this. He's a dangerous man.
Very dangerous. Jazza Dickens proved it over the years. Robust, clever. But he's got a flow, hasn't he? More combinations, more crisp work from Dickens.
Yeah, he does need to be busy. He can't afford to be greedy, though, and walk on to something. But Cacace is just... He's picked his shots a lot easier in the last few rounds. The accuracy's been good. That's the reverse one, too. They were asking for it in the corner. Tricky shot, sorry, Barry, to defend when you're a southpaw. When you're leading with your right, finishing with your left.
Good left hook to the body and the head from Jazza Dickens. Cacace shakes his head. He's definitely landed the more eye-catching punches, hasn't he, the Belfast guy?
But what Cacace's doing, though, he's punching from further out than he was before. Where before he was trying to get his feet a little bit closer, then throw, which makes sense. But now he's throwing from further out, which is not allowing Dickens to throw with him.
You see that, you know, when you did the tally of the tape, you know, numerous inch reach advantage. Make it count. It is an advantage.
What about down the stretch, the championship rounds? Will it worry Team Cacace about the making the super featherweight for so long, or is it that experience and Dickens is so good at 12 rounds?
Well, he's controlling the pace here at the minute, Cacace. So in that case, then no. I mean, if Dickens can, all these little movements, if he can make these movements unsettle Cacace, then maybe down the stretch he struggles. But at the minute, Cacace is in charge of when the exchanges happen and not.
Towering above Dickens, who's short with his jab a couple of times. Can he afford that?
Going back to the weight as well, it never gets easier. It does get harder, but what happens is with age and experience, you know how to bring the weight down correctly. You know how to do it properly, so when you're in tough fights, it's not going to affect you.
All those years ago when he fought Keanu Rigondo. Wow. Jazza Dickens, he served his time, hasn't he?
Yeah, I was there, man. That was unbelievable.
Jazza, we just gave him the round. We just gave him the round. Brother, he's always doing the same, catching you with the same hand. Backhand straight. Jab. You can't lean here. I told you, lean there. There. Side step. Move all the time. Spinning. Spinning. Double jab outside. Spinning. Just go to this side all the time. Okay?
The editorial home of boxing, DAZN, storytelling galore, and it's an absolute corker, isn't it? I mean, you'd never have thought this would happen. The Pyramids of Giza will provide the spectacular backdrop. Former undisputed heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk taking on the king of the kickboxing ring, who's only had one fight in the pugilistic squared circle. Rico Verhoeven, trained by Peter Fury, whose birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday to Peter. May 23rd, live only on DAZN. Peter Fury also trains Grannis Kraus, great light heavyweight prospect. What a good division that is, 12 stone 7 brigade. This one is absolutely on fire. The 9 stone 4 super featherweight mix. We've seen John O'Carroll, Ryan Garner put their auditions in for the winner of this. And at the moment, Carl Frampton believes Anto Cacace is going to get home. He's 4 up on that unofficial card, 4 to go. Both seem fresh still.
Yeah, plenty left in the tank for sure. Will either, though, opt for a change in pace? I don't think they will. They're trying to outwit one another, aren't they? Trying to land that cleaner shot as opposed to work off volume.
So he got tangled up there, Cacace. It was his own fault. But he put that front foot right in the middle of the stance there of Dickens. For why would you want to do that for? You're volunteering your chin, and also then you got turned around and Dickens jumps on you. But again, all these movements on Dickens, I still think he's got to be bringing that chest over that front knee, get a little bit lower, and roll with that head and come forward that way.
You can take a leaf out of Cacace's book in some respects as well. That right hand that Cacace throws to the chest wouldn't be a bad shot from the the left hand of the southpaw stance from Dickens. Tall frame of Cacace. That is the shot, though. If he wants to go low, you've got to watch out for that uppercut.
Yeah, but if he slips low, he can put his head, because he's a southpaw, on the outside of the jab, and then throw that left hand like bowling over the top. You slightly put him close, then Cacace's tall, and then you wrap the shot over the top.
Yeah, double it up.
I mean, a little bit. Are we heard Cacace out? Yeah.
Cacace just complains there to the referee. Was that a clash of heads? He didn't like that at all, Cacace. Dickens doesn't care. He says, let's get on with it.
It's been very positive, this, from Dickens. He's having a good round here.
Yeah, marked under both eyes, but a nice left hand. And Cacace just having to ship a few punches here. Back end of the ninth. Is there a twist?
There's definitely a cut. That right eye just in between.
Sorry, that's good feints there from Dickens. Lovely with the feet.
Good body language from Jazza Dickens too. And Cacace just losing his footing, his ground. Something really annoyed him. I don't know whether that was a clash or a tangle, but Jazza Dickens took full advantage. And he's had a really good finish to this round, Dickens. Well, there is the cut. Maybe we'll work on it, just not in a bad place.
You're not bringing them up,
but he was annoyed,
Cacace.
I wonder if it was a clash of heads. Let's have a look. Yeah, that was a nasty bump, and for Jazza Dickens, just got on with it, didn't he?
It's almost the shot has brought the head closer to Dickens. Coming right round the side, yeah, it's really unsettled Anto Cacace, but it's really, on the flip side, spurred on Jazza Dickens, who has to stay focused here, switched on. He can't get carried away or greedy. Yes, he does have to work up the work rate, but it has to be done in a sensible manner.
Jazza Dickens, who won his world title at 34, Anthony Cacace at 35. Two of the oldest, I think, to get their hands on the top prize. Just shows what resilience and dedication can do. They're in tip-top shape as they enter the 10th round. Who's trained that little bit harder? Who's got the tricks late on? One back on Carl's card to Jazza Dickens. It was a good 9th round, particularly the second half of that. How's Cacace going to respond?
But I think, again, it's that mental side. You've got to just take the momentum away from Dickens here now, if you can. And for Dickens, you've got to just keep that pressure on. Try and keep that panic on Cacace. I tell you what, Cacace's kind of fuming about not bringing the punches up through the middle.
Yeah, that shot is there. It is, you know, for the shorter man, there are openings for the uppercuts, for sure. You can see the elbows are wide of Jazza Dickens. It's just about timing the shot, though, because, you know, we know an uppercut, when you're tall, is a vulnerable shot to throw, so you have to be very selective with when you throw it.
Raiding again, Dickens. What are the judges thinking? There's been different sort of scorecards tonight, haven't there? The John O'Carroll, Con Murphy fight was 4-4 and 6. One way, that way. What are the three WBA officials thinking and feeling at ringside? Deep into this one.
This is a tight one, the 10th round.
Good movement from Dickens. Didn't land at all there, Cacace, and back comes the Liverpudlian. I think he's had a second wind here, Jazza Dickens.
Barry said early in the contest as well, the way he commits to the shot, Jazza Dickens. And it's allowed him, I feel, in periods of this fight to land eye-catching shots. I don't know, they've not troubled Cacace, but really sharp and committed. You're still seeing that now in the 10th round.
Good shot from Dickens. He's missing more, Cacace. Not got that same precision that he did. A good body shot again from Dickens. Nice period of the fight for the champion.
Without doing much as well. He's not doing a lot here. Just the accuracy is not quite there for Cacace.
Yeah, just frustrated since that head clash, really. Anthony Cacace might have given away those last couple of rounds.
They have him up. So you have to laugh. They have him up on the scorecard. I don't know how. What are you going to do? Now you have to push, my friend. You want to keep being the world champion. Okay, now is the moment. No fighting, but push pressure on him. You need to slow the hand. Let the hands go. Okay. Fighting but cleverly, okay? Go tank, and when you start, not just one punch, go combo. Start from the body, stand behind the body, start body, finish off. 2 or 3 punches, 3, 4
They're working hard on Jazza Dickens' eyes on the temperament.
Okay?
No doubt. Anto Cacace had a string of rounds, but I guess it's how you score the early ones. The last one, the one before, was definitely a Dickens round.
I'll tell you what, it's the way he rallies back after a bad round. Jazza Dickens, he fires back, he's positive. He wants the judges to know, I'm going to win this round.
Let's bring Carl in. Closer for you.
Yeah, I thought Anto won that round, the last round, pretty convincingly, if I'm being honest. But Jazza's trying to start fast here, as he does in a lot of the rounds. But I still think I have Anto a few rounds up. But a couple of rounds to go. Jazza's still in this fight, and he's still dangerous, very dangerous.
Yeah, I think those middle rounds probably the difference at the moment. Most at ringside feel Cacace is in a lead. 2 to go.
This is what he's got to do. He's got to hold the centre of the ring, Cacace. This is where he has his success, when he's pushing Dickens back. Again, that lead with the right, finish with the left. Stab that right into the body as well of Dickens, he's been doing that really well to Cacace. He's been throwing that straight left really well to the body.
Single shots from Jazza Dickens. Is that a problem for the judges?
But when Dickens goes to the body, leads to the body with either hand, it makes Cacace just retreat automatically. He doesn't do anything but retreat. If Dickens gets quick in his feet, then the second phase, get his feet a little bit quicker, then he can burst into a combination.
And then I really feel getting the last out of the arguments is important here as well. First and third, go, make your opponent miss, then go. It's the same for both here.
That's where Dickens' exit's important, isn't it? Yeah. He's the shorter guy, he's got to roll out from a different angle.
He's got to go for it, really, Jazza Dickens. I thought a couple of rounds ago there was signs, but Cacace comes back with a good combination. And again. And if he takes this round, it could leave Dickens needing maybe a knockout.
Good shot there from Dickens.
That was intelligent there from Cacace. 2 shots, 3 shots, 1 shot. All unanswered from Dickens.
Still boxing well at times, though, Jazza Dickens. It's a really high intense fight, this. You're right what you said a few rounds ago now, and you can't take your eyes off it. Nothing particularly dramatic has happened, but it's just a really good watch of highly skilled boxers.
Nice little screw shot there from Jazza Dickens. I think they both negated each other in many ways, with the feints and with the threat of what might come.
And the front foot as well. It's really stopped one another trying to get into a rhythm with the lead hand, which is so important, we know that. To find your target with the rear hand. But look at these guys again. Just looking to hold on there, Cacace.
Yeah, but he made sure he got 2 punches on target first before he held. So nothing came back.
Both missing there. Negating each other at times. And a range though, Dickens. A smart from Cacace, who must believe that he's well in front. But is he? We just don't know.
He's going to have to come out this last round and give it a real go. Don't be taking any chances.
What would you be saying in both corners?
In Cacace's corner, I'd be saying stay focused, stay switched on, nothing silly now. And I think for Jazza Dickens, you need this, you need it big, you need to get out there and land something meaningful.
Okay, 4 punches, 3 punches. When you close, don't stop, just close.
Yeah, it's much more animated in that blue corner. I think they feel that in the first defense, his world championship is slipping away. Is Anto Cacace. This extraordinary story at 37 going to continue. Will he become a 2-time super featherweight champion? Massive fights ahead. The likes of John O'Carroll and Ryan Garner here. Lee Wood, of course, after his big win over Josh Warrington. It's a crackling division. Other world champions. Here comes Jazza Dickens. I mean, he's not going to go out without a right mighty effort in this final round.
Tell you what, he's made of hard stuff. He really is. Heart of a lion. Many wrote him off going into this. Thought Cacace's size of power would be too much, and he'd get overwhelmed. You see there, Cole Frampton. Big lead for Cacace in this last round.
See, Cacace doesn't want to make any mistakes, but he can't allow Jazza Dickens to do all good shots. To do what he's doing, don't come forward, he's got to give you some resistance, which he did.
Juicy right hand there, and that's maybe been the difference at times. Cacace landing these long looping shots, and Dickens feeling the power a couple of times. No knockdowns.
That's
12 rounds of really good action.
That's the shot, even though he's out of distance there, Dickens, that's the shot. Go low, throw high. But you've got to get that front foot closer, you've got to slide in the distance.
I tell you what, these two, they had so much respect for each other before the first bell. Double that after they've shared a 12 rounds for the world title.
Evenly matched. Been a good watch this, it really has.
No knockdown, some of Dickens fans getting excited in the crowd. It's a good mix tonight. Cacace's brought plenty from Belfast on his sort of homecoming to the Emerald Isle after so many fights on the road. Jazza Dickens digging in. He believes Dublin's his second city. They put on a high-octane, intelligent chess match. Here comes Dickens. 50 seconds left. Anto Cacace, is he on the verge of becoming a 2-time super featherweight champion of the world? Jazza Dickens, 30 seconds. What's left in the tank? Very, very late on. He tries the body shot.
And he's been smart here, Cacace. He's just stopped Dickens working. Some little feints with the hands, just making him wary of what might come back if he commits. And he's just stopped Dickens letting the hands go.
And he's locked on his feet, isn't he? So he can just move away. Just create that space that Dickens doesn't want.
Clever movement from Cacace. Takes a shot back. But he's controlled the ring for large patches of this fight. Dickens has been highly competitive. But has he raided enough? Probably not. Anto Cacace for us is the new world champion. Jazza Dickens, I think, knows. It could be fairly wide. 3 judges will surely be unanimous on this. Touch and go for the first 3 or 4. Dickens certainly had moments, but over the course of 12, it's got to be Cacace. And what a tale.
It really is remarkable. You know, these are role models. These are a credit to the sport. They really are. As Jazza Dickens just leans over the rope just in front of us here, saluting the crowd, and he can be proud of his effort, and so can Anthony Cacace. You can see the body language from Cacace. He knows he's done enough here Look at the respect between the two. Two proud men, but two absolute warriors who have been a credit to this sport.
Just saying, I think that the right eye was giving him problems, Dickens, but they'll chat for years, won't they? So much respect for each other's careers, let alone the 12 rounds they just shared. It was always going to be nip and tuck and edgy boxing, but Cacace found better punches in the crucial moments. And I think maybe by 3-4 rounds, something like that, who knows? It was Anto Cacace's night for us, but it's in the hands of the three judges. So much ahead on the global home of boxing DAZN. Moses Itauma, one of the best heavyweights on planet Earth, is back, the youngster, and in with Jermaine Franklin. It was delayed from January. Franklin, who's only lost a couple, is on good form, never been stopped. Can he take Itauma rounds? Hutchinson, Taylor, and other great fights on the card. The Magnificent Seven from Manchester in a fortnight. But tonight is about Ireland. John O'Carroll became an IBO champion. Pierce O'Leary, in front of thousands of his home fans, will take that belt, the IBO, back 400 yards to his home. Will Anto Cacace drive back to Belfast with the WBA 9'4" championship? IBF and IBO before. He just keeps on rolling, Cacace. But it's not official. Thomas Treiber will make it official, but Jazza knows, and surely we know. Cacace must be a two-time world champion. Thomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Olena Polby-Bilo scores it 115 to 113. Judge Jan Christensen scores it 116 to 112. And Judge Giuseppe Quartarone scores it 116 to 113. All for your winner by unanimous decision. And new WBA Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Anthony the Andy Town Apache Cacace.
Joyous moments for Anthony Cacace, who wins by 4, by 3, and by 2. That's right, unanimous. Jazza Dickens with the respect, and we'll always love him, the Liverpudlian. But it is Cacace's night. He becomes a world champion again. He's 37. It's a right rocky story in Ireland, guys.
Do you know what? It's unbelievable story for Cacace, a two-time world champion. And I'm so happy for him, but to see the face of Jazza Dickens there when he didn't get it, the deflation in his face, almost made me cry. Because if it's such a hard road for both of them to get where they are, they almost deserve to stay there. But boxing doesn't give you what you want. It doesn't give you what you deserve. It's just, there's no science to it. I mean, will Jazza come again? I don't know. But Cacace now has a bright future with some good domestic fights ahead. And the super featherweight division at the minute, after Emmanuel Navarrete's outstanding performance the other weekend, is on fire.
There's so much ahead, but for Anto Cacace, it's about tonight, and he's milking it.